Jason. I'm a grad student at UCLA. I study meteorites. The stuff I work on has really not much to do with this, but this is just fun. I like finding them. I like spending time in the desert. It's nice and quiet. I've been out here a few times before. Found a bunch of stuff. I think it's usually like 2 or 3 different meteorite falls, just lots of pieces of those, but there could be anything out here. We'll just have to see what we can find. Krista is out in Germany working on a research thing out there for the next few weeks. So she can't be with us on this trip, but all our other friends will be here, the ravens and the one bird of prey that usually hangs out over here, maybe. I don't see him today. I'll try to get some footage of interesting stuff out on the lake and around if there's anything. See you there in a few minutes. Alright. Hi everyone, so we're just out here. I had to extend the trip by a day because, I mean, after last night, you shouldn't. When you find that much stuff in a late evening, like, you gotta go back and check, right? I mean, yeah, it was getting dark and we couldn't look around and stuff, so we're just back out here. I had some work and some emails to do, so we got out here at like noon. It's a half day, but in the summer, that's not horrible because, you know, it's light until 9. So anyway, had to stop at these gravel rills. You can see, because I mean, they're just so tempting. I mean, look, there could be anything in there. And there kind of was. So we just got this little guy down here. He's the shiny triangular guy. There's a little bit of fusion crust on him. Super strong magnetism. That's an H chondrite for sure. I think it's paired with all the other the thin brownish fragments we found around here. A little bit of crust. It could be some on the bottom, who knows. But, you know, first find of the day. And, yeah, hopefully should be more. There will be more, I'm sure. I hope. I mean, it's an odds game, who knows, but I really hope. We got something for the day, that's great. I will keep poking around on the way back to the car. Photo GPS, this little guy we just found, and then check back later. So here's this road. It's kind of crazy. The meteorite is literally right down there. So, there, you can see, yeah, right down there. You can actually see it from here. So, yeah, a lot more gravel bars to hunt, I guess. All around here. Yeah, just no one's been here. It's a pretty decent sized fragment, too. Alright, well, I'm just going to be quick with this one because I don't have too much time today and I'd like to get hunting for those bigger stones. So, let's get to it. Alright guys, well, let's see what we got here. No, it's just, that's a side of crust, that's something. Nice. There's a little crust there, big side of crust there, the bottom is broken, sides are all broken, yeah, part of a pretty big stone. Nice angular corner there, see that with the crust on either side? So this is a late atmospheric breakup too. That's good, there should be more of that out here. Well, we know there is, just finding it, but should be a lot more. Alright, probably 15-20 grams. Yeah, a little less than 20 maybe. That's good. A little meteorite. Alright, so first find of the day. High iron chondrite fragment, few sides of crust. It's just a pretty typical little meteorite. I thought I'd do a little bit of hunting here. We found the stone back over there by the car. There's a nice row here. It's pretty big. I'm going to kind of breeze through it. It's really magnetic, but that's this rock. Let's see. 810, it's way weird. This lake bed is one of the harder ones to untap because there's such a variety of light, dark, round rocks, things like desert varnish that are broken, looks like fusion crust, magnetic rocks. Like there's no one thing. Like usually on a lake bed you can say like the meteorites are the darkest stones, or the meteorites are the round stones or something like that. But like here ooh, that looks pretty now, just the color. It's like agate. The color's great though. Yeah, nothing to it. Take a look at agate, supposed silica. But yeah, here there's no real one thing that works. Like if you picked up all the magnetic stones, you'd have a huge pile of rocks and probably no meteorites. If you picked up all the smooth black stones, you'd have a lot of not meteorites. It's weird. You kind of gotta keep repeating in your head, like I'm looking for meteorites, I'm looking for meteorites, and like whatever that entails. Usually on this lake bed, you're looking for fusion crust or like chipped fusion crust or broken fusion crust. So like you got a shape, texture, color, magnetism thing. You've really got to put it all together, which is why you have to tap so many rocks here with a magnet. It really helps. Part of it's just to see if they're magnetic. Sometimes you just want to flip them over to see what the other side looks like, to make sure they're really just rounded river stones. But yeah, the magnet, it's useful out here, but it's not a silver bullet is I think the term. It doesn't just tell you things are meteorite here. There are too many. Almost looks like an achondrite. Always looking, but it's just black mineral stuff. And a vein that's eroded out, resistant vein. Alright guys, well I literally stopped filming over there and walked over here, and it's not groundbreaking, but there's a little rusty achondrite fragment there, so that's pretty cool. So second find of the day. It's paired with the first one, almost certainly. And we've only done less than half of this roll, so I guess I shouldn't have stopped filming when I did. That's not an amazing find. Oh shoot! Oh, that is totally a meteorite. Aha! Wait. Oh wait. Let me get the magnet. Aha! Wait for it. Yes. Haha! Alright, nice. So you can see it's that same brown shiny stuff. A little bit of black warty fusion crust there. Yeah, it's kind of, well, not warty. Definitely textured. Can I zoom better? Yeah, there we go. You can see shiny brown and then the black crust. That's pretty cool. I should move the cane. Well, it's small. It is there. Okay. So that's great. I guess there might be more pieces of this one around. That's pretty cool. That one's bigger. That's kind of nice. We haven't been able to fit anything together on this lake, so I doubt it'll fit with the one over here, but you never know. All right. I'll just flag these and then keep hunting, and I'll let you know if we find anything else. Sweet. Space rocks. Well, this is pretty nifty. It's got a measuring cup over here. I'm gonna have to like even it out a little bit, but it's in I can get it to be pretty accurate again, maybe not. It's currently got about half a cup of mud. Maybe my field coffee cup, that'd be fun. Can't really hurt it more than it's already been hurt. Alright. River rock. It has good texture and good cracks, but the shape is like too oval and round, and you can see there's like the hint of a layer there. It's going to be really thin if we pop it up. You should be able to see. Yeah, it flaked on the layer. So you can see that kind of black line going around the edge. It's a layered rock. Not a meteorite. So see, I mean, I could just look at the top of it and tell that. So once you get better at this and you start to learn what rocks look like and what they do, it gets easier. Didn't have to pick it up, didn't really have to poke it with a magnet. Started to because I just saw it, but yeah, you know, you're just trying to be efficient, and that's pretty strong. Yeah, no, it's that igneous stuff again. See, the chip doesn't look right. And you can get meteorites with kind of slightly, can I get it to focus, pitted textures like that. It does happen on lake beds where it gets pretty windy. It'll like pick the chondrules out, and the metal will weather out sometimes. You get little pits like that, but that doesn't look right. Not for this lake bed, and just not quite right in general. Anything else in here? Let's see. There's that guy again. Round. Right here. It's a coarser grained igneous rock. It's really volcanic. That's totally part of an arrowhead. It's like the back bit, right? Or just broken, but really nicely worked there. There's a lot of stuff like that here. When it's all the same age, who knows? Not my thing. I'd be curious to know. Actually, if anyone knows about that kind of stuff, yeah, let me know. Put it in the comments or something. Not nearly a big enough channel to ask for that, but yeah. There's a tooly thing, obsidian. That's pretty magnetic. Huh. I think that's terrestrial. I'll probably just pocket it for later. Yeah, it looks like a igneous rock with a weathering rind, but it's really magnetic. Not seeing any rust or anything, so it's probably not present as metallic iron, whatever's in it, because it's not rusting. So I'll pocket it for the hell of it, cut it later maybe, but I don't think there's any chance that's something. I've only been fooled once or twice before. And I don't think this one's worth taking coordinates for, although it's only 20 feet from these two finds, so we know where it was anyway. Yeah, I really hope you find another few pieces down on video, but whatever, can't complain. It's, you know, we've only been out here for like, what, how long? A little under 2 hours, 1 hour and 45 minutes. We've already got 3 meteorites. 2 are decent sizes. You know, it's a good day in my book. Yeah, it's nice. All right, so where do these things go? Let's see. It's not right. No. There's the little fragment just down there. And then the big guy was, yeah. He looks like he might be a little buried. We can hope. We'll see in a minute. All right. I'll GPS these. I'll video the flip. And one sec. Be right back. Alright guys, so here's the flip for the first little guy we found here. Yeah, he went down a little bit. That's cool. Alright, and then I gotta do the flip photos here, and then I'll go do the other ones. One sec. Alright, so here's that bigger one we found. Oh, there's the little piece we just popped up. Let's see how... Oh, it's set in a little bit, so let's see what we got. Oh god, that's really exfoliating. And see how it's just expanding from the center out. That's crazy. Huh. Alright, So another like 20, 25 gram piece. It's pretty nice. A little bit of crust there. Yeah, right there. Nice rock. Piece of space. 4.5 billion years old. Crazy. Yeah, this guy actually has... Yeah, there's one big chondrule there on that side. If you get it to reflect right, you can just see it. So even that little fragment has some cool stuff in him. So I think based on the magnetism and chondrule size, stuff like that, these are both H-chondrite fragments, but they do look different from the last one. Crust is much rougher, and the broken sides on these are much rougher, so I think it's actually a different meteorite. Few chondrules visible if you look at them up close, but it's not a particularly primitive one, so they're kind of hard to see. The big one was actually the second meteorite I've ever found while filming, which is pretty cool. Alright guys, well, I just want to do one more pass up this bird without videoing, just so I can concentrate, because that big piece and the fragments off, it looked like there should be a lot more fragments. I haven't found any meteorites, but I just found this thing that I'm definitely taking back, because I've never seen anything like it. It's not a tool. There's no... I mean, it might have been brought here by people, but it's obsidian. There's no evidence of working. There's no flakes or anything. But it's got green. It's black and green obsidian. I've never seen anything like it before. Yeah, it's a little translucent. I think that's really cool. I've never seen anything like that. It's a cool rock. Alright guys, well, just a quick update. I've been out here for a few hours now. Nothing yet. The find site for those last two of the other evening is, I think it's over there. So I've kind of gone around it a little bit. I've gone past it. I think piece of obsidian. A square container that looks to be in good shape. That's interesting. Probably rusted on. Yeah, rusted on the bottom and all knocked out. Cool though. All writing. Yeah, if they're in here, they're not really dense. I'll say that. It's hard to say, just because, yeah, I mean, spending a grand total of like 4 hours out here just in this area probably isn't good enough to judge much. I might just take a little more walking. I definitely have a blister or two now, but there's nothing for it. Just gonna walk. Walk. Ooh, that's a thing. That's a big thing. Spear monkey thing. That's really nicely done. Alright. Anywho. Magnetic stones. Oh, a whole bottle in it, so. Is that like a ketchup bottle? Huh. Ball. Yeah, it's like a reasonable ketchup bottle thing. Ball jar. Huh. It's a weird shape. 272.12. Who knows? Doesn't look that old though, so not that cool. Alright, yeah, I'll let you know if anything else turns up. Well, just ended the other video. This is kind of interesting. The two flags, the other find is just over there. The big rill from the big find is just by the big bush over there. And this isn't really what I expected to find here, but it's a super magnetic little pea. Oh, it's a bit bigger. It's definitely a meteorite. It's just really strongly magnetic. Like, I can see, oof. It feels like an E-chondrite or something. More iron than an H. But it's probably just a fresh H. You can see the crust texture. I'm gonna zoom in here. Yeah, it's all stippled. It's pretty fresh. Definitely a meteorite. Yeah, it's got a nice weathering crack over on that side. Might be oriented. It's very round. I'll have to pop it up to see. But that's great. So finally got another thing out here. That took a while. All right, well, I'll flag this little guy and keep going. Woo! Doesn't add much to the weight tally, but a pretty little meteorite. All right. Well, I'm not gonna believe this, but I think I'm walking around out here. I think I filmed this hand axey thing like a few years ago. There it is. I think I filmed this same one. I don't think I GPS'd it, so I don't know if it's moved at all. It'd be interesting to see if the ice has moved it, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this one and actually filming it. So if so, I'll maybe put in a clip or a thing for it. I thought this was kind of cool. Might want to see it. There's a big basalt Native American hand axe right here. You can see it's worked all the way around. Kind of cool. I don't know how old these things are, but it's not new. Alright, back to walking. It's really funny. Maybe I am covering this area better than I thought. Anyway. Yeah, I bet that's the same one, because the thick rolls where we found a bunch of meteorites are just over there. I should probably loop into the right then to cover new stuff. You can see there is someone else out here. He just drove by. I watched him slow down a bit. I didn't want to film, just because it might have looked kind of weird. But there he goes. He did some donuts on the other side of the dry lake. I don't know how I wound up back on that side, but I'm keeping an eye on the car. That's about it. Maybe he's going for good now. Alright, well, I haven't seen anything else of interest. I'll go back to hunting. What time is it? It's 5-ish. Slower day. Well, not really. Maybe I think the last 4 yesterday were all around this time and later, so who knows? Alright, well, still hunting around. I thought this was pretty cool. I'll probably take this. There's a lot of quartz crystals in here. It's really clear. It's kind of been etched by the lake bed. It's got a little bit of face to it, but super clear. Got some green stuff in it, maybe fluorite, I think. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Out of place. There's a lot of quartz out here, and I've seen a few with rough crystal phases. This is the first translucent stuff I've seen. Oh shoot, look at that. Something else. That's probably from when there was a town out here. Cool. Alright guys, well we just drove over. AC is nice, water is so nice. Let's pop this guy up, see what he looks like on the other side. Hard to say, it's just a little bean. Should be oriented with a shape like that, but it's kind of hard to, kind of hard to tell. Nice little stone though. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll finish pics, throw a quick pile together and look at the map and see where I want to go. This area, I mean, yesterday was great, but like, woof. Today, not so much. Funny how that works. Alright, well, I'm gonna throw a quick rock pile together next to the flag and hit the road. Not leaving, just I might move areas, see what's what. somewhere else. This stone is kind of unusual in just how round it is. Meteorites aren't usually so rounded. It's a pretty high iron chondrite. Hard to say much more than that because it's really just covered in fusion crust. But really cute little stone. Um, don't find many that look like this. Yeah, even things out there. It's pretty. Give it that. Alright, I'm probably going to turn the phone off and do this gravel bar thoroughly. I'll let you know if there's anything good. Ooh, sunset. Colors are back. Look at this. We can see again. We got like tops half an hour now, but it starts out really good and then gets kind of dark. So I'm going to go through this kind of this wall-to-wall rocks now. It just goes on forever. I don't know what I've wandered into, but that's a big one. I'm going to do this until I can't. Arrowhead? No, it just looks like it. And then head out. Hopefully we find some. I mean, I don't know what the odds are. Yesterday was crazy, but I can't count on that again, I don't think. But I gotta do what I can. Alright. I will see what's here. Hopefully something. Right. Well, after a few minutes of going back and forth between photos and videos and stuff, see this thing? Yeah. Well, I got all of 5 feet before that thing jumped out at me. That's a frat. I already hit it with the cane because the light's not good and that side was up. But look at that fusion crust. That's a nice rock. A little rust spot there. I guess that corner went there. Yeah, something like that. There it is. Great. That's a pretty nice rock for the last half hour. Best thing we found today, I think. Yeah, a little complete one might be nicer, but that's bigger. All right, I will, I guess, wander around here. Turns out it's a good area. Whew, clutch. No. Well, that was kind of weird. Hold up. No. All right. Darn, I almost had that on camera. If I got another, 5 or 10 feet. Well, that's something. Basalt. You can see a white crystal in it. Yeah, someone commented on one of the last videos on how I shouldn't be using a magnet. Actually, a few people said a few different things. One person said we shouldn't be using a magnet because it destroys paleomagnetism in these things. And the answer is, I've never actually heard of anyone doing a paleomagnetism study on a find as opposed to a fall. So a find is a rock you just go out and find somewhere, plow it up, find it in the desert, whatever. A fall is when people see a fireball and go out and pick up fresh pieces. I don't know if paleomagnetism stuff has ever been done on find. It could have been, I don't know. But I know that with Novato in particular, Dr. Peter Jeniskins at SETI asked me not to poke anything I found with a magnet so that we could do that kind of work. And the last one I found, I restrained myself. And that worked out pretty well, I think. Yeah, these things I don't think it matters because they've already been on Earth for thousands of years. I don't know if Earth's magnetic field will reset them over that amount of time or what exactly, but as far as I know, it's not an issue. Oh yeah, the other person said I shouldn't be using a magnet because achondrites aren't magnetic, most of them. And okay, so there is truth to that. Most achondrites aren't magnetic. What I would say is that achondrites, they look differently, they weather differently than chondrites. I'm always looking for them. They're just really rare. Always looking, and we found several achondrites now. And what, only 2 basaltic, I think. Both of those were under a gram. One was in a really rocky area on a dry lake. The other was actually in open desert, in an area that was just like mostly caliche. So I think I picked up like a dozen rocks that day and put that one under the microscope when I got home, and I was like, oh, maybe. And then I saved it. I guess I could have SEM'd it from the start. But SEMing, you see minerals. So like you'd see feldspars, and you'd be like, okay, it has feldspar. It's a basalt. It has pyroxene. But apparently you can look at the elemental ratios and something like that to figure out if it's a meteorite. So that one I took it to the Denver show because I knew Blaine Reed, good dealer. He had an XRF, and he XRF'd it, and he said the elemental ratios, it was definitely a meteorite. It wasn't terrestrial. So that was cool. The point being, if something looks like an achondrite, even if it's tiny, even if it's whatever, I'll still pick it up and take it home, and at least give it a closer look. Yeah, always looking. Poking things with a magnet. Yeah, you're checking to see if they are magnetic. That's really a first pass. If it isn't, you're still looking at the thing. You're still flipping it over. You're still prodding it. Trying to see what it is. So just because the rock isn't magnetic doesn't mean we're not scrutinizing it, and doesn't mean we won't figure out if it is or isn't something. No, it doesn't quite look right. The texture's off. It looks rusty brown on the top, but yeah, no, nothing. But we're always looking, at least. Krista hasn't been doing meteorites for as long as I have, so she might have more trouble, but I mean, she's seen enough of them, I think, at this point. I don't know. I'm always trying for them, but they're not common. It's actually one of the reasons I like coming to lakes like this, where all the rocks are scraped up. Because I think you have better odds of finding rare things when they're collected up like that off the whole lake surface. I mean, you see a gray rock in the distance, you might write it off. When you're crawling over one of these berms with all these rocks in it, you've got to get up close and personal with everything. There's a better chance that you'll see a patch of black crust or shock veins or something like that. Yeah, always looking. Always looking. Alright, well, I will hunt for as long as I can here, I think. My last day out here. Well, nope. I'm scared to turn off the camera now because I know that when I do, I'll find something. Although I guess I should turn off the camera and then find something and turn it back on. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's a nice scraper thing. Beefy boy. Thick. Worked on all sides. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Well, I guess if it's getting dark, I should do photos. And yeah, with my luck, once I turn off the camera, I'll find something. Alright, well, let's try it. See you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, well I know we already flipped this, but this is kind of the way we've been just doing this video. So let's have a closer look at this guy. So I gotta zoom. There we go. Fresh black fusion crust. Still a little light colored inside, I think. I have to wash it off. But yeah. That looks more like it could be an atmospheric break. Yeah. Especially when the stone itself has no cracks. That's really fresh. That's pretty cool. Alright. Well, I'll do the last few pictures, pop it up, and then do a little hunt around. We still got some light. Yeah, it's pretty out here. Cool now too, without the sun. Yeah. Alright, well. Let's see, yeah. Oh, dusty. Makes it pretty though. Alright. Well. A few more minutes, then we're out of here. This stone is definitely a lower iron chondrite, so L or LL. Great fusion crust, and chondrules in this stone, pretty hard to make out. Color and texture consistent with probably an L6, which is, I think, the most common type of meteorites. It's like 1 in 10 or something like that. And yeah, it's going to be a boring one analytically, but it's a pretty fragment. Really nice stone. Well, it's 8:40 and we're in another old road. And that sucker really sticks to the magnet. And there's fusion crust down the side. And he's another weathered H, I think. I gotta go find the car. Alright, it's too late to put this off. I just gotta do pictures and... Well, I'll show you a close-up of the rock in a minute once we get it up. And probably head out. There you go. Huh. Looks like crust, but it's too thick. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's getting too hard. Like, I mean, that looks good to me, is it? No, it's too grainy. Yeah, the light's actually better through the camera because the auto brightness is brighter than real life. Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably time to roll. Okay, so that bush. Behind that bush. Nope. Ooh, cracks. Zigzags. Yeah, no, that's bad. Yeah, it's too hard to see now. Crazy. It's easier to pick things up and look at them through the camera than it is to... Huh. Well, fun. Alright, well, I'll bring you back in for the close-ups. Sec. Alright, well, car's, yeah, running. I'm just gonna pop this and get out of everything. So let's see what we got. Ooh, crusty? Crusty. Nice. That's like the end off a stone, or maybe a half stone or something. Not bad. Cool for last few minutes. Alright, I'll do the last few pictures, pop it up, and head out. This stone's definitely an H chondrite. Looks to be about half of a stone. Broken side looks pretty typical. Backside has nice fusion crust. It's more complete than most of the high iron stones we found out on this lake. But looks totally equilibrated. It's going to be a boring type. But pretty little meteorite. Alright guys, well we just found the meteorite down there. It's 9 o'clock. It's too dark to see much. I think we should just head off. Yeah, you can see the headlights. So. So here's our haul for the day. 6 pieces, probably 2 or 3, at least 2 or 3 different meteorites there for sure. Pretty good day, especially considering we started at noon and hunted until about 9. That's a pretty good rate. Nothing too rare, nothing too interesting. I'd say that small round stone is really the prettiest. I mean, that's... I don't know. If you've seen a few of these videos, you know, little complete stones are pretty uncommon. So that's a nice stone. Thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and you'll get notified when we post the next video, which should be pretty soon.